Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Talkin ATL Hawks. We are on episode 90, the 90th episode of this wonderful podcast, and it's kind of a bittersweet, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Fellas, how's y'all's weekend going?
I just want to start by saying I left you boys a little bit of a treat. It depends on how fast you can pause the video, but
Oh,
right when the video starts, just make sure y'all pause it as soon as it starts. But anyways, other than that, yeah, week's been great. The I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say because we're obviously gonna get into it in the episode, so there's no point. But aside from the thing that we're about to talk about that really lifted all of our spirits this weekend, I went to go see the Odyssey yesterday, and let me tell you, absolute masterpiece from Christopher Nolan. Easily a top 3 Christopher Nolan film. If you haven't seen it, you got to get out and see it because it's been approximately 24 hours since I saw that movie, and I still can't stop thinking about it. It was that
I
good.
gotta say,
apparently it's three. Apparently, like it's 3 hours. Apparently,
oh,
It's a long movie, but it's worth every
okay,
second.
yeah, because my brother went to go see it today, and I think he invited me, but I said that nah, I didn't want to sit for a 3 hour movie, but I might go see it eventually.
it's
Uh,
definitely worth it. Um
yeah,
it's got like your usual Christopher Nolan pacing. Like he loves the big build up to build the suspense, but it's like all like the major scenes like from the book he just portrays so well. The only thing I don't agree with is somebody said that this was the best portrayal of the Odyssey. But you're forgetting about the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Um,
That's
just
facts.
take that as you will.
That's facts. I
Just
mean,
I
Matt
can't
Damon did a great
can't
job,
get
but he's no SpongeBob.
can't get too ahead of yourself. I mean, did the Odyssey have David Hasselhoff in it? I think that speaks for itself.
No,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, so like we mentioned earlier, there was something that happened yesterday with Hawks related. We got. I will say this: we did get a very big defensive piece to help. We traded for Lou Dort. Surprisingly, I think they're always surprised. We got OKC for some reason. Like has been willing to like give us their players for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like apparently it's to get out of the second apron or second apron a second apron whatever it's called, but they're just giving the players to us for some reason. I don't know why.
Get you
Um,
a GM that deals with teams that won championships. That's what I love about Auntie Sela is he's got a
yeah,
vision for this team, and his number one priority is to make sure he feeds off teams that have had great success. So it's GM play, man. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, and you're right, John. I mean, the Thunder spoke about it, and they just said at the end of the day, it was a financial decision,
yeah.
all
I
because of that
mean,
second apron. But the Thunder did do something really smart here. Instead of declining his option just to free up money, they actually picked up his option so they could trade him off and get
yeah,
asset out of him, and
yeah. They
then
got
still.
didn't they get like 3 second round picks in total or something
Yeah,
like
so
that?
yeah, and the whole 3 team deal, they got three
Yeah,
second round picks. And ever since the offseason has began, they have gotten a total of seven
yeah,
second round picks. So they still have that championship contending roster and at the same time just imploding their draft capital for years to come. That is a great GM you have over in Oklahoma City, but like you said, Andrew, hats off to you on Say Salem because you haven't even been here technically for a full. Well, it's been a little over a year now, and the way you've just built this roster from
yeah,
what you entered to, it's unbelievable.
You know,
yeah.
and
100%. But it like I think you said this, Chase. It was a 3 team trade. Um, so we did end up giving away Zachary Say to Dallas. And like y'all, and if y'all watched last episode, I was very upset with Chase for pulling that prank on me, thinking that we gave away Zachary, Okongwu, and some other guys for Devin Booker. But turns out we gave him to Dallas, for was it Ryan Nemhard or Aaron Nemhard?
Ryan Nemhard.
Okay, yeah, okay, it was Ryan Nemhard. We got Ryan Lamar from Dallas, Ludor from OKC, and we just gave up Zachary from. We just gave up Zach. That was the only thing we gave up, right? Was just Zachary, or did we give up some seconds?
And 2 seconds. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. So we sent the seconds to OKC.
Well,
Okay.
we sent out 3 future second round picks. So it was 3 future seconds.
Okay. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
we just sent two to Oklahoma City.
I think
Yeah.
I'm
So
pretty sure it was
going back
3.
to the whole Zachary thing. I mean, like I was very upset because like I spent $175 on a City Connect jersey, so that's another jersey I gotta find out what to do with it. But looking back on it, well, like I think that it was the right decision to do. Not only because
was.
he wasn't, not only because he had a like he took a step down. I just don't think he was honestly so. I just don't think honestly. I just don't think like honestly Salah like liked him because like think about it, like he wasn't the guy that picked Zachary in the draft. That was
Oh, that was oh my gosh,
Landry
Lawrence, what was
Fields.
his name?
Landry Fields.
Landry Fields.
Saddam Hussein's Saddam Hussein's Saddam Hussein's.
Crazy comparison.
The power of Christ compels you.
I think you know I can't even like I can't remember his name. Jeez.
Landry Fields.
Yeah, Landry Fields. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was like Landry Fields' pick.
But I guess that too. Yeah.
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 I mean,
Here's
like,
the thing.
I mean, it's kind of like can't really tell a difference at this point.
The
America.
Can't really
thing
tell a difference at this point because what he did. You know, but
America.
The thing about this though is like the best way to look at this trade on both sides is you can't compare Dort with the player that the Hawks hoped Richardson was going to turn into on draft night. You had to compare Dort with the player that Richardson had become within Atlanta's current roster. And when you do it that way, it is such a higher upside in terms of perspective for what the Hawks got out of this, because like the best teams to trade with are usually the teams that like evaluate, talent on a poor basis, like the Clippers, for example. But obviously the Thunder don't have that problem. And it's what Chase was saying. The Thunder have strategically built one of the deepest and most successful organizations in basketball. And that success usually creates financial problems, which is what Chase was talking about. The Thunder was very smart in how they handled this. And as the Thunder's young stars become more expensive over time, you have to remove those mid-season veterans because of salaries and to avoid becoming trapped by the tax restrictions that the league has. So moving Dort and Wiggins like the Thunder did a few months ago, it creates that, I think the Thunder actually freed up like 17 million future payroll by doing that. So that gives Atlanta the opportunity to acquire those wings like Wiggins and Dort without us having to surrender a first round pick, because the Thunder needed to get rid of those guys. So all they wanted were draft picks. We didn't have to reach in the bag and get a future first. We just gave them a bunch of seconds in every considerable way. Getting those versatile wings at that expense is such a big win for Atlanta. So we didn't even have to outsmart Oklahoma City's talent, evaluation to get these guys. We just had and this is what I love about Ansi Sela. He just recognized the Thunder's financial priorities and knew they needed to save that money for draft capital. So that was, yes, Chase, very smart on Oklahoma City's perspective. But when you look at it from Ansi Sela's perspective, it is a power move and it impacts the team so greatly.
And it's a small buying price too. And you got to think about like the overall picture of what the Atlanta Hawks just did. For just 2 second-round picks, you get an all-defensive team wing and Dort, and now you have easily, I don't want to hear anything else, no debate, the scariest backcourt duo in the NBA with Dyson Daniels and Dort. Because you got to think about what you just did now.
You said trio, because remember, Nas a great defender in his own right, so let's say trio.
And Keaton Wallace. When you throw Keaton Wallace in the mix, I mean, it's impossible.
Yeah, you're right. Kingston Flemings, Kingston Flemings, yeah.
Yeah.
Just think about this. Like anyone in the league who is going to be effective against that type of backcourt. So you have that. And the thing is, Atlanta already had such a good backcourt just by having Dyson Daniels alone. But now you pair him with Dort, and look at the problem you've created for all these elite ball handlers and playmakers that the Hawks are going to have to face. So that's just like an added bonus because that wasn't even like a top priority for this offseason. That's just an added bonus that Salah was able to accomplish. And then you got to think about our big man issue, the main priority this offseason. It was huge getting Jock Landale, being able to re-sign him. And then getting V-Star out of North Carolina late in the second round. That's massive in and of itself. And it's even bigger now. Now understanding Mo Gay's injury and how much time he's going to miss, him not being available when the season comes around. So then that's big because you mean Aneke Kongwu and Mo Gay, they're great in perspective, but they don't have enough size on them to be effective rim protectors. They're great on the offensive side of the ball, great at rebounding in a sense, but look what happened when the Hawks faced the Knicks in the postseason. You go up against guys like Karl Anthony Towns and then Mitchell Robinson. I mean, they just outsized them in every sense of the fashion, which is why we got defeated like we did at the Glass. But we're looking and we're chipping away at those issues, and there's still more to come in terms of development. But what honestly Sam has done this offseason already has just been immaculate. And I mean, just no ands, if, buts about it. Just simply phenomenal and such a small asking price, too, with just 2 second-round picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So just going back to the whole Ricochet thing, like it sucks that we gave up on him that early, but like I also think that like getting Dort was a must, and
It
we just
was.
had to get
And
we just and Ricochet had to be the one to go, be the one to go because I
and
mean,
yeah, no, it had to be that way. And I do want to go ahead and address this concern as well. I don't know how much social media digging you guys have done, reading the reviews on this trade. A lot of people are way too concerned about the offensive play with Dort and Daniels be on the court together. And listen, this is stupid. This is something so
Dort's
dumb to be
great
concerned about.
offensively.
Well, here's what they're saying, because I get what they're saying to some degree, because yes, neither Dort or Daniels, as neither of them are your traditional offensive players. Daniels, I mean, he does contribute as a passer, and he's a good screener. We found that out last season, but he's still developing as a shooter. We know that. Daniels got so much better towards the end of the year. But Dort, like you said, Chase, previously, he's actually been a respectable three-point shooter. Now, it's not efficient, but if you look at the postseason run last year and even the year they won the finals, he is getting a little bit more respect beyond the arc. So if Dort's shot doesn't recover, I get that opposing teams are going to be willing to help both him and Daniels out. And that does shrink the floor a little bit for the Hawks around Jalen Johnson. And of course, guards like Fleming, since he's not the biggest problem or biggest player either. But I think it's just a rotation problem. I don't think it's a problem with the Hawks roster, like everyone's saying. You'd be surprised. Go look at like Bleachers Report's comments, and everybody's saying that the Hawks screwed up with this move because it now deflates our roster. I don't think it's a roster problem at all. I think the Hawks they don't have to point Dort and Daniels together for all their minutes, because they can still be on there to provide like additional perimeter defense, but they don't have to be on the floor all the time. Atlanta can surround the two of them with shooting. Like, imagine if we put this lineup out here: CJ McCollum, Corey Kispert, or Aaron Wiggins. And those are the three guys that we would rotate around Daniels and Dort. So that way we could create more space and reduce that offensive burden that is on Dort, because he is the greatest scorer. I completely get that. But hold on. With that being said, though, the most important distinction that Quinn Snyder has to make when making this decision is Dort does not need to become a high-level scorer, because that's not what we traded for. We made this trade because he has to defend, he has to make open shots at a respectable rate, and just attack occasionally. only when the defense closes out. If he does all of those things, then his defensive value is always going
Okay,
to outweigh the offense limitations that he
well,
has. So
you also have to.
all the people that's been reaching out on Instagram saying that, you don't have to question Quinn Snyder, because I promise you, he knows why the trade was made, and he knows exactly the players he can rotate around.
You also have to think about it this way. Think about just that postseason series against the New York Knicks. It was essentially just a six-man rotation. Our starting five and then Jonathan Kuminga, who obviously is no longer on the team. There was nobody else. Our depth wasn't as strong as we thought it was. But now that you have Wiggins, now that you have Nimhard, now that you have Dort, Kingston Flemings is going to have a huge role off the bench. Asa Newell too, Muhammad Gay. You have all those pieces, and it's going to be a much more effective rotation, especially when it comes postseason time. And I really feel like that was a big emphasis on Anshe Salem's mind when he made this move.
So
And
you're agreeing with me?
there's something there too.
Yeah.
Wait, I think the only like roster issue we have is like who we're gonna have to get like cut, because like are we like still over that like limit of players?
Yeah.
We have to like let someone go.
Kean Wallace says he's not going to be a rotational piece anymore. I mean, he's not
Yeah,
going to be.
Andrew, I'm sorry, and we know you love Keaton Wallace. I, I genuinely don't think he's gonna be in the record.
I don't
I'm
think so.
sorry.
You can't. I mean, where's the room?
No, it's
Uh,
and
Maybe send
just
him down to College Park.
yeah. There's going to be a couple guys that we're going to have to fluctuate there. Another thing about Zachary Richardson that I want to address as well, because it is difficult because of what Zachary represents. Because I mean, you look at a guy, the Hawks won the lottery to get the first overall pick 2 years ago. And now the guy that we drafted with that lottery pick is no longer on the team after 2 seasons. I get it. It's tough when you look at it that way, but we're also talking about a guy that averaged 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist last year. That's
well,
just not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. And so the difficult question that Quinn Snyder had to ask himself is, was Richardson even going to earn significant minutes, like without injuries considered? If
That's what I
this
said
team's
earlier. I
fully,
don't think he was ever Quinn Sanders' guy. I honestly think that. Okay, I honestly think that like Sar was Quinn's guy, but since Sar didn't want to work out with us, didn't want to play with us, which funny enough, he's playing with Trae Young in Washington. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know. Like if that was his big brain move, just not to play in Atlanta for some
and,
reason.
and with
But
yeah, and the thing is too, like you're absolutely right, John. And I forgot what I was gonna say here. Oh yeah, Zachary Richey. And the thing is, like, you have to think about like put yourself in Ricochet's shoes too. Like, we know he was very upset with how he was used rotationally under Quinn Snyder the second year, especially after the All-Star break. But you have to remember, we were preparing for the postseason. We were preparing to compete. And Zachary's just not a part of that picture. And that's no sign of disrespect. It's just, and I mentioned it, in a couple episodes during the season, there's just no room for him. We gave him time to develop, but we had to make the
yeah.
quick decision that he's not going to be here for long term. And Zachary's kind of expensive too. A 13.8 million in 26-27 with a
and it's also
17
due for
point
a rookie extension. So
yeah, 17.4 million team option for 27-28, and you're not going to pay that kind of money for a player who's just clearly not part of the future.
And that's a good point, Chase. That's a really good point you made, because the Hawks, it's exactly what you said in the development stage. The Hawks are ready to compete right now. But with Zachary still being in his developmental stage, Dort is already playoff tested, and he already knows he has that championship mentality around him. So it's not like Atlanta doesn't believe that Zachary couldn't develop quicker. It's just Atlanta knows it's one move away from a championship. So the organization already believes that what we have right now in terms of the core of our roster needed more support immediately. And if we want to compete right now, we could not wait for Zachary to develop for another 2 or 3 years. We had to make that significant move when the window was open. And like you said, Chase, it takes that financial burden off of our backs as well. And we all hope that Zachary succeeds in Dallas. There's nothing personal.
Yeah.
unless you're Trae Young. Apparently, he's free now. In the words of
Yeah,
Trae
I
Young,
I was gonna get
whatever.
I was gonna get John. He posted that in the group chat. John, if you kind of want to open up Trey Young's interesting response to Zachary's farewell post.
Yeah. Yeah, but before I went to that, speaking of trading, I think that was another reason why Zachary took that dip is because he didn't have Trae Young to he didn't have Trae Young to help him be successful. And I've
That's a
seen
good point.
the highlights of them playing together. Like Zachary thoroughly enjoyed playing with Trae Young. In fact, I think he was the only teammate that actually cried during that press interview, getting the Hawks' reactions to the Trae Young trade. I'm pretty sure Zachary was the only one that was visibly emotional after Trae Young got traded that night.
That's a good
So
point. That's a good point.
yeah, so I honestly think that that Trae Young was supposed to help Zachary develop into this potential star player that we know he can be. But yeah, so uh, yeah, so when Zachary posted his goodbye post that these players post from when they get traded or leave a team in free agency, Trae Young uh, happened to comment and say something along the lines of "My boy free, go fly, killer." Exclamation point. With that, so um I don't know how we want to take that. Um, maybe Trae Young knew that. Maybe Trae Young knew that Quinn was holding him back.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, Andrew's got pulled up, but
Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to. There you go.
but but yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. This is.
Can we
I
not
don't
do
really
this?
know
It's
how to take it. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this in a bad light because I want to still see Trae Young in that good light, how we are supposed to see him. Because he was our star player for 7.5
I'm
years.
we know Trey Young respects the organization. We know that
Yeah,
without a doubt. He loves Atlanta, and he especially loved Quinn Snyder and Ante Sala. So there's no hate there. But the comment kind of rubs me the wrong way because it's
it
almost
goes his
like,
own wrong way.
and
Like,
you know what? I think
Golly, I'm done with this.
what I'm for face value, what I'm kind of get attempt, Andrew. I applaud your attempt.
yeah,
I tried. I
you're good.
tried.
You're good.
You were struggling over there.
I got. I was like, screw it. They get the point.
But I think it kind of goes back to Zachary feeling frustrated with how the Hawks used him last season, and I'm sure Zachary shared that frustration with Trey Young. I wonder if Trey Young's in a way agreeing with Zachary, saying, "Hey, man, I agree. I don't think they're using you right." And in this instance, now he's saying, "Hey, man, you're free. You're going to have much more room to grow in Dallas," which is true. I think this trade's good for both parties. I do think I believe in Zachary's potential. Zachary, post All Star break, his rookie season was something special. That 30-point performance he had against the Knicks his rookie season, that was special. I see room for improvement, a lot of room to grow for Zachary. I don't think he's anywhere near his ceiling, and I think Dallas is a great place for him to reach that potential. But that's what I'm saying. I wonder if Trae Young's, in a sense, just agreeing with Zachary and his frustration.
I don't think it's a shot at the organization. I think it's just Trae Young's defense on Zachary's behalf because I think you're right, Chase. And John, you said it as well. I mean, the connection. I mean, Zachary's first career made shot in the NBA was assisted by Trae Young. So,
Yeah,
and you saw that connection flourish throughout his rookie season. So, yes, there were obviously a lot of behind the scenes conversations about Zachary's stance on how he's using Atlanta. And now Trae Young's not tied to the organization anymore, so he doesn't have to keep those comments behind closed doors. So if he wants to defend his teammate, he's gonna support his next role in whatever future team he has to pursue. In this case, the Mavericks. So I don't think it was a shot at the Hawks organization. I think it's just Trae Young's stance on "I have your back, brother. Let's go make this happen in Dallas," sort of thing. So yeah, I
yeah.
think you're right. I think for face value, it seems like he's secretly taking shots at the Atlanta Hawks. I don't think that's the case. I think he's just trying to back up his boy Zachary.
Okay. Well, if we don't have any more comments on Zachary, I believe it is time for Chase to potentially get his get back and some 82-0. Now, Chase,
Yes,
before we
sir.
get started, I am gonna allow Andrew. I am gonna allow you both to compete in this. So, would you want Andrew to go first or you to go first? I'm gonna give you all again three chances to go 82-0, just like last time. Now, would you want Andrew to start and you try to match him or beat him, or would you want to set the tone? You go first, and then have Andrew get the pressure on him.
Usually you would want to go like the latter. You would want to see what Andrew does so you can know what to beat. But I'm a man of pressure. I think I'm going to go first and set the bar and put some pressure on Andrew. And I think he's going to crumble under pressure. That's my strategy here.
Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, so this time I'm gonna give you three straight chances. So I'm gonna flip flop. So you're gonna get three attempts, and then Andrew, you're gonna get three attempts. So
How did we do it last time? Andrew, did you flash it on the screen?
no, I did.
You
I
did,
got it.
John. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I can't
So
remember
let
how we
me.
did it last time.
All right, Chase. So yeah,
First,
you're gonna get all three of your attempts done right out the rip here. So, thank you
all
for
right,
offering
can
to
y'all
go
see it?
first. Because with that being said, I would much rather go second.
All right, can
All
y'all
right,
see
here
the
we go.
screen?
Let's
I
do
can
it.
see it.
All right.
Ooh,
And
Dominique
Andrew,
Very
this
fitting.
Wilkins.
you
Very
want
I
this
mean,
fitting.
week?
it's got to be Dominique. I'm not even gonna think about this one. Put him at small forward.
Okay. Well, that's the only place it can go. So.
That's a great start. Oh,
Do we?
oh
Okay, Chase. Do you want us from the air and get Jordan?
no,
No.
Jordan's not on the 70s. Oh, wait.
You can
Can
spin the
I
era.
can't.
You can spin the era.
Oh, spin error. Yes. Oh,
That's
oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
I could get DeMar
I mean, no,
DeRozan,
he sucks.
Zach Levine. You know, I
The kitty fiddler.
put Zach Levine at at shooting guard. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Put Zach Levine at shooting guard.
I'd much rather have DeMar DeRozan.
No.
okay. Remember, you can. Oh, remember, you cannot change the area. You can only change the team. So
I I
This,
want to change team here. Maybe I can get like the Lakers here. Maybe the Spurs.
you want to change team?
Yeah, I'm changing team here.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh,
let's go. I'll
this is
take
bad.
that.
This
great.
isn't bad at all.
Oh, wait, but the positions. I want a Grant Hill
You got AI or Rasheed Wallace
or Chauncey Billups.
or Chauncey.
This ain't gonna be your team, man.
It's not. It's not. Give me Chauncey Billups. I want him at my point guard. This is not going to be an 82-0 team, though. I can tell you that right
This
now.
team might win 55 games.
Oh dear Lord. I mean
You got
Kevin. Oh
KP
yeah. Wait. Kevin Garnett. Yeah.
at
I
center
want him.
or power.
I want him at my big man. Put him at center.
Ooh. I'm okay.
Dude.
This team
What are we doing, bro?
sucks.
Yeah, this team sucks. I mean, Grant Long, I guess, is really my
Ooh,
only.
how about this one? How about this guy?
You know what? Yeah, Put Cummings out there just because his team's already cooked.
Hey,
Okay.
I called it. Did you not hear me like 2 picks ago?
Did you say that?
I said this team's gonna win 54 games.
Is that actually what you said?
I swear.
I did not hear you say that.
I
Okay.
should get the
Well,
automatic win for that.
Chase, you have two more attempts, and then I'll record your highest for your team, and then Andrew will go. So
Shake that attempt off. Shake that attempt off. We got a new one here.
okay.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me, dude.
Hey, if you spin the era,
Want
you
it
could
again?
either get Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Giannis.
Want it again?
Am I going back to back? Am I Cummings 2 times in a row?
No, don't. No.
It is that
Change
kind
the
of
era.
episode.
Change the era.
Yeah, change the era. Yeah,
You could
change
get
the era.
Kareem or Giannis. You got
Dude,
Kareem.
that's A-okay with me. Thank the Lord. Oh, man.
You remember you can only change the team now.
WBF.
Change the team. Give me Jordan.
That is early to use both of your spins, man. Yeah, back
What?
to Cummings, baby.
You want
I mean, do I have a choice? Yeah, Cummings, come play power forward for me.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Dude,
gosh, this is hilarious. Remember, you're stuck.
This,
You're stuck in this now. You're stuck.
this team's winning 52 games.
I mean, sure, Mark Price, I guess.
Trace, your approach to this is so bad.
What would you have done differently?
You had to save your spins. Giving those spins up early is the worst thing you
It
can do.
doesn't matter. You want to use it when the time's appropriate.
Okay.
No.
Who we want here?
I mean, give me Woolridge at small forward, I guess. This is awful.
I don't even think Jordan can save your.
I can't even get
This is like the peak of. This is like the peak of
Monte
this team's
Ellis.
winning.
Milwaukee.
Monte Ellis. Why is Milwaukee? I've got Milwaukee like 5 times.
What? What?
How?
It was probably Kareem.
Yeah, Kareem did all the heavy lifting here.
This team is Chase's last team is far better than this team. That is ridiculous.
66 and 16. I need something in the 70s, though. I need something in the 70s. Okay.
Okay.
Gotta lock in.
The only 20s.
Great
That's not
start. Great start. I'm actually really tempted to go James Harden, but I'm not going to do it. You got to get Joel Embiid. Trust the process here, and this process is actually going to work. Ooh,
Wow.
I could go Cat or Edwards.
You have to be.
I could have such a dominant pairing with
Cat,
Joel Embiid and Cat, but do I pass up on the Ant-Man here?
I know what I would do here.
I'm going with Anthony Edwards. Put him at shooting guard.
I would 100% do that because shooting guards are kind of scarce.
Dude, now I can put Dominique Wilkins at small forward. This is
Good
phenomenal.
Good decision.
This is phenomenal. Okay, this is where I do it right here. Yeah, change the era.
This is going to be a good team right here. I can already tell. Wow.
Yes, baby. Jason Tatum, baby. Put him at small forward.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm at power forward.
You've got to be kidding me.
I can do Donovan Mitchell point guard. This is the team.
Or
Donovan Mitchell point guard.
It's not going to be an 82-0 team, though.
This is a phenomenal team.
Wow.
That was worse?
Why one game too?
What?
No, that's just not true.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
By one game. By one game.
66 and 16 is my best. That's just not true.
All right, boys. Are you ready to see real basketball IQ?
I felt like that final round.
You have to be 66 and 16.
Why get Taheen?
I'm gonna take a shot of Taheen before I do this too.
What?
But Buddy did that under zero pressure.
I'm ready to go. I love Taheen.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember, you can change.
So this sucks. So what I'm gonna do now? I'm not a guy that believes you should use your spins early, especially on the first take. But this is utterly terrible. So let me spin the team, because there's a lot of potential with the 2000s here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Vince Carter.
That's honestly not much better.
Got Chris Bosh, Mike James, Vince Carter.
It's honestly not much better, but I am gonna go Chris Bosh at the power forward position. Because Vince Carter, great and all, but I'm not gonna pass up on Chris Bosh. So I'm gonna do Chris Bosh.
But this was Raptors Vince Carter though. Okay.
Yeah.
Center or power forward?
No, power forward for sure. Definitely.
That's the best era of Vince Carter. You just passed.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to use that for one of my guards.
Bad decision.
Okay, oh, crap. This team does suck. I'm not gonna use an era here. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go I don't want to do it. It really sucks to do this, but go Pau Gasol at the center.
I'm feeling good about my chances for this round.
It's not going to be this team. It's not going to be this team. I can go ahead and tell you that. But I'm going to try to make do with what I've got. This ain't bad. Kawhi Leonard for sure at the small forward position.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a redeeming spin there. Okay. This is great.
This could be bad.
No, I'm definitely changing the era here.
This could be bad.
But see, if I get Shaq, I'm going to be pissed. That's fine. Because Magic Johnson at the point is not bad.
He has AIDS anyway.
He does. Nobody's going to want to touch him. So it's going to be an easy
point.
No, point. Definitely do point. Okay.
This team actually might be.
That's a bad spin. That's a really bad spin. I guess Monroe's going to have
There's no way. I'm getting naked. This team has more. Okay.
That's a lot better than I thought. That's a lot better than I thought.
Okay,
a lot better than I thought, too. I'm still on top. I'm still on top right now.
Let me go ahead and take my second dose of tahini.
Why are you doing that?
I'm kidding to see what he's doing right now, so.
He's just backing shots of tahini right now.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Tahini, like the little tahini seasoning.
You can put on anything. It's so good.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Victor Wembanyama.
I heard DeJounte Murray. I'm just kidding.
Shout out DeJounte.
Ooh, good start.
I got an alien on my team. I got an extra ET, extraterrestrial. Oh, give me an era. Are you kidding me? Give me an era spin all day, every day. This could backfire though.
If you get Curry here, dude.
You got the freaking God Squad of the Golden State Warriors. This is not a God Squad, but this is
Steph Curry.
He said Draymond Green.
I did say that. Okay.
I'm not feeling good about this at all.
Oh,
dude,
this isn't. I'm getting. See, I'm gonna. Dude, I don't want.
This is 90s. This is 90s. You could get the Bulls.
I'm gonna go. God, you don't know how tempted I am to spin the team here. You know what? Screw it. Spin the team. That tahini is talking to me.
Oh.
Okay. I guess I might get back on Vince Carter. I'm not excited about it. Do shooting guard. Do shooting guard.
I'll use him as a forward there.
I'm not excited about that. Gotta be honest. Tim Duncan at the power forward is really good, though.
I'm not feeling good here. This might be bet. This might give you more than 66 wins here. This is definitely a 70-win team at least.
Come on! No! I could have gotten Hakeem!
Hey, this might drop it down a bit.
Yeah, just give me the best available small forward. That sucks. And see, that's why you have to have a spin for late, dude.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
The Tahim's really gonna have to kick in for me to win this one.
You doing another shot at it, or
it all comes down to this.
Okay.
It all comes down to this.
You know, Andrew, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
I feel like this game doesn't value like older era players that much.
Patrick Ewing at the power forward. I'm taking it. I'm going to save my spins to the very end.
I'm fine with this. What you know about George Gervin?
I think this is where I spend my era here.
You can't use Victor anymore.
Okay. I forgot Dominique even played for the Spurs. I don't want that. Yeah, I'm going to have to go Dominique here at the
I love this.
board.
I love this.
Not a good spin there. Not a good spin. Okay. All right.
You can spin. Remember, you can spin the team.
No, I'm not spending a
What?
team.
But I mean, Isaiah Thomas, right? Isaiah Thomas, Kyrie, come on.
I think I'm gonna have to go. Man,
You could
yeah,
go 4 years.
I think I'm gonna go Kyrie at the point here. Okay.
Want to spend the team? I
Yes,
guess, yeah.
definitely spend the team. Give me Klay Thompson or something. Devin Booker. I'm fine with Devin
Oh,
Booker.
Devin Booker, what am I doing? I don't think this is more than 66 wins, to be honest. I don't
Moment of
think it
truth.
is.
That's gonna be close.
I don't think it's
Moment of
more than
truth.
66 wins.
Oh my gosh, we have a
We have a
tiebreaker.
tie.
Oh my
Do we,
gosh,
do we have
get
to do a tiebreaker round?
Of course
We have to, yeah.
Of
Sudden
course we
death.
do.
This is sudden death. Chase, we're going back to you.
Oh wow.
Whoever has the best record in this last round.
Yes.
Let's do it.
You want a shot at Taheem, Chase?
I don't know.
Andrew, where do I clutch up, dude? Okay. Who do you want?
Sit down. Sit down. Apparently, this is happening, John. All right, open your mouth. Feel the time. Okay. I feel the talking. Oh man. Oh. Who is this? Oh.
You're welcome.
Houston in the 60s. You
Yeah.
know,
But you got this guy.
look at those rebound numbers by Elvin Hayes. Put him at my center. Who's getting a board over him? I love me some Vince Carter. I'm not going to lie. I'm more than fine putting Vince Carter at my small forward. This is what you save it for. Spend the error here. I gotta hope I can get Victor Wembanyama,
You can't. You can only put him at center.
but I can put Tim Duncan at power forward.
You can.
No, you can't put Victor at power forward.
He's only a
Oh.
center.
Yeah.
Okay. Tim Duncan at power forward. This is so bad. I hate this error too. This almost feels like a waste. I feel like I gotta bite my bullet here.
You're gonna have to.
Give me John Williamson at shooting guard.
I mean, yeah, that's the only place you could put him.
Because the 70s is just such a bad era, dude.
Ooh.
I can't be Lou. I gotta go team here. I gotta go team. I need a better point.
There's a lot of good point guards in this era, though.
This is make or break right here. I mean, but
Lou Williams would have been a better option. Yeah, you're cooked, Chase. You're cooked.
I mean, yeah, to Tony Parker.
I can do this. I can do this. I can beat 61.
You've got to be kidding me, dude. That's awful, dude.
Let me do my shot of Taheem.
All right.
I feel like that's GG's. 61 and 21 is so beatable.
You ready, Andrew?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not Atlanta Hawks Dwight Howard. So I will gladly take him off your hands and pull him at center.
I mean, it's also Magic Dwight Howard, which is prime Dwight Howard. So
it's the best version of Dwight Howard, absolutely.
Wizards.
That's what his butt thinks. Nick, oh no!
Wait,
that sucks.
Oh yeah, you can't move him.
That sucks. Okay. I don't mind Jamal Murray at point guard here, though, but that really does blow.
At point?
Yeah, that point guard. That's not a bad point to have.
You could get
this is just bending me over right now, dude. I could have had I could have had Nikola Jokic and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but yeah, Joyner, you're absolutely right. Spin that error. Okay. That
You get Ray
sucks a
Allen?
little bit. I will gladly take real Ray Allen at the shooting guard, dude, but that's not what I wanted for that spin there. Oh, Chase, it's gonna be close. I'm in the same predicament, Chase, now. I had to take a
70 is
bullet
such a
here.
bad error, dog.
I had to take a bullet here and go freaking Spencer. No. Yeah, Spencer Hayward, dude, and just hope I get Kevin Durant or something. Hold on now. If I spin the team, I get 3 chances here to get Kevin Durant. Golden State, Brooklyn, or Phoenix. I get 3 chances to get, spin. I have to do it. I have to do it. Come on. Come on. No.
Let's go.
No. I had to get
that's not bad. Denny's not bad.
I had to get the neo-Nazi.
This is close. This is close.
I'm assuming you're going Denny?
Yeah, is it 61 I had to beat?
Yep.
Yeah.
This might be 61 wins right here.
Moment of truth.
Bang! Come on! Let's go! Let's go! I'm undefeated, baby. I'm undefeated, baby.
I'm so sorry. That was a banger and a half.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I gave it my best. I'm sorry I let my community down. I did not represent the Caucasians well here.
Yeah, because speaking of community, the prize is going to be a President Community shirt.
I'm undefeated, baby. I'm undefeated.
Well, the prize was going to be a President Community shirt paid for by
Yes!
but Andrew seems way too happy to have that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think he already has one. There's got to be one in his closet.
Well, there's a predator in his closet, Andrew.
I leave it closed for you know what?
There's the predator. I see him. He's in the closet.
Do you know what us Preds in the community do, John?
I don't want to know.
We smash.
This episode's not making a week on the internet. This episode's not making it a week. I give it a week tops, and this episode's coming down.
I'm not going no more. No, I'm not going. Y'all can go by yourselves. I'm not going no more.
Yo, that's a crazy line. That's a crazy line. I'm gonna make that the title of the episode. What do Preds do? Smash. And I'm gonna leave it just like that.
Okay, so for context, before we get into the summer league, so they're Nashville Predators fans. I'm a Minnesota Wild fan, and they opened the season against each other in Nashville, which isn't too far from us. And my birthday is around the same time, so as a birthday gift, my dad's gonna buy my ticket to that game in my hotel room, and we're gonna go see the Wild smack up the we're gonna see the Wild walk up these Preds.
Season opener, fellas. Smashville just don't lose a season opener.
Hey, the Preds are getting wild in Smashville.
I can't. We're done. We're gonna. I can't. But yeah. Anyways. I guess we gotta. I guess before we close, let's get into some summer league.
Yeah. Let's do it. John, if you want to open us up, kind of talk about we can just do like a full recap here, just kind of talk about your likes and dislikes and kind of how it shaped your expectations a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously the Hawks didn't do so hot like towards the end of the tournament, but I mean, it's not really about winning the tournament. I mean, I guess winning the tournament is winning Summer League is a big deal, and that's what we wanted to see happen. But at the end of the day, it's finding guys. It's finding guys from either the rookies that you drafted or guys that you signed as an undrafted free agent to potentially make that Hawks roster. And honestly, like Zuby was lights out this whole Zuby edge at four was lights out stuff like that is something I do expect to crack the Hawks rotation this league. I do expect Kingston to be the backup point guard behind Nah um and then Vsar I mean, he did all right for a second round pick. But I do expect him to. I mean, since we did sign him to a standard contract, I do expect him to play solid backup minutes behind Jock and Okongwu. So yeah. Well, I mean, overall, my season expectations going into the season. I don't know what this. I don't know how the East is like reloaded. Like the East is probably the toughest conference this year.
It's
Honestly,
stacked. It's
I
so
mean, like,
loaded.
I mean, you got the Knicks, defending champions. Boston got better, even though they traded
Philadelphia, dude.
traded Jalen because they got Mitchell Robinson.
There's a good
Philadelphia,
chance
Jalen
that
Brown.
there's a good chance LeBron could end up back in the Eastern Conference.
But yeah, we don't even know where LeBron's gonna go, and he's either favored to Golden State or an East team. So I mean, like LeBron could end up like Miami with Giannis and Bam. Like
Detroit. Don't forget, Detroit's still a really solid team.
yeah, Detroit, yeah. And then yeah, and then this Toronto trade with Kawhi.
Yep.
That may or may not go through depending on that whole thing.
Yeah,
Um,
the
I mean, if it does
investigation and
go
all.
through. I mean, Kawhi back in Toronto. We saw what he did last time he was there. I mean, this whole team is. I mean, the East is gonna be tough.
Yep.
I mean, we're definitely gonna need like Jalen Johnson to step it up, Dyson Daniels to step it up, Nard to step it up. We're just gonna need our guys that we have now to take that extra leap if we're gonna want to be able to compete in the East. Which, as of right now, honestly, I think that we're gonna finish as maybe the sixth seed again, or I don't think we go higher than five. I think top five. I think five is our ceiling, and then our floor is maybe the play-in,
I think that's
depending
fair.
on injuries. But
I think that's fair.
but Chase, why don't you give me your thoughts on the Summer League, and then your then your expectations going into the season.
I mean, very similar to yours, John's, honestly. I mean, yeah, I wish we could have seen Kingston Flemings a little more. I know that's just a sign that he's going to be a big piece off the bench for the Atlanta Hawks. So want to keep him healthy, of course. And we saw him, those pre summer league games, and then the first two of the actual summer league. We know his defensive abilities. We know his capability to move the ball while limiting turnovers, which is going to be a huge aspect for the Hawks, especially knowing how big turnovers were a problem, especially in the Trae Young era, as much as we love Trae Young. And the game to see Vsar and Edgefor, just
Yeah,
have.
Washington too. Yeah, Washington's one. I forgot to mention Washington. They could be a threat in the East, depending on how well Trae Young and Davis play,
Yeah,
especially now that they got Debasta. Like that Washington just got more competitive.
yeah. And don't forget Sar, and then they got DeAndre Ayton too, which is going to be a nice piece off the bench.
Yeah,
And it's just Vsar. Going back to what I was talking about earlier in the episode, we know the main emphasis of this off season was to fix the big man issue. You know, get players who are more aggressive on the glass, who are going to box out more aggressively, and limit opponents' rebounding numbers. And Ejiofor and Vsar could be huge for that. Ejiofor, we know he's going to spend some time in College Park. Vsar's got that standard contract. But we have the weapons there. They might not be loaded and ready to go right off the bat, but they're there. They can develop, and who knows closer to postseason time what kind of role they're going to play at that point. But then again, you know, so it's just we're fixing the issues. And I did see that in the summer league. Vsauce was a great pick and roll guy too. Great off the lob. He can read the plays well. That's huge. Ejiofor was huge off the glass, boxing out, getting those rebounding numbers. And I know those are against summer league opponents. So those are rookies. Those are G League players. But the point is the size is there. The physicality is there. And that was something I was keeping my eye on the most. Another thing that I really emphasized and what I loved as well. It didn't showcase as much as well the last two games, but being able to contest the outside shots, close out the perimeter, don't let them have too many open opportunities and make them work for those 3-pointers. And to see our young guys and young bucks helping out in that aspect, that's another problem I know Auntie Salah's working on. And I think with the wing defenders we have now, I think our perimeter defense should be a lot better already this upcoming
Yeah.
season. And with that being said, John, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said probably fifth in the Eastern Conference is our ceiling. And I do have our floor as the play in, and it would be a real shame for us to be playing level. But the only reason I say that is just because of how loaded the Eastern Conference is. It's really up for grabs at this point. You could play really good basketball and still end up at a playing level team just because of how contested and tight that race is expected to be. But you know, the Hawks were 10th in defensive efficiency this past season. I think we can push ourselves to top 5 level, which could help us get to that 5-4 range. And offensively, I know you still have a little bit of questions there, especially with having Dyson and Dort now. Can they feed off each other offensively? I know Andrew kind of hinted at how we can work our way around that. I think that's a really good perspective, Andrew. But I'm not too worried about our offensive numbers. Jalen Johnson's still going to be a beast inside. Aneke Kongwu inside as well. We know how great of a 3-point shooter he's turned out to be. Um, but defense wins you championships. I think that's really true in the NBA because of how offensive loaded the league is. So I'm really excited. I think just flat, hard off the core. I think my place right now, the Hawks will finish fifth in the Eastern Conference. I think we will reach our ceiling and we'll finish fifth.
Okay, Andrew.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to just take this into the
Good
perspective
point,
of like,
Andrew. So with that being said, we're gonna wrap up here.
I get you're salty, man. I get you're salty because you can't build
I
a good
I am a
basketball
little
team. I
salty. I'm
get it,
not gonna
man.
lie.
I
I'm a
get
little
it, man.
salty.
That
So Chase
Tahine
is
power.
so Chase is salty. Andrew's spicy because of the comments he made and the tahine.
You have
So that's what it was. It was a tahine that is the tahine made him sell that stuff that's gonna get us canceled.
And Andrew
you have to be
John's just
you have to
sexy.
be you have to be worthy of the
Thank you.
Tahine chase, and it didn't work for you, which means you're not worthy of the Tahine. But
So we
yeah,
got we
going back.
got we got salty, spicy, and sexy. That's
Thank
a
you.
nice trio right there.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, going back to my point, I'm gonna be more of like a player perspective with my recap because I think you, John, and Chase did a great job at breaking out the team as a whole.
You,
Now,
John, and
Kingston,
Chase. Who's the fourth man in this? And the
Is he in the room with us?
who's
mhm.
the fourth man? You said John, Jason. You, huh? Oh yeah. It's the guy in it's the predator in his closet. Yeah.
There we
Straight
go.
up. Straight up. But yeah, Kingston Flemings, obviously, most eyes were going to be on him being the eighth overall pick in the NBA draft. And Kingston Flemings definitely showed more encouraging signs as a playmaker than he did a scorer, which was expected in some aspects because he didn't consistently dominate games with a shot, but he definitely demonstrated an ability to get that offense organized, which is what we're looking for. We're looking for a guard that's going to help create those advantages. And he's always involved. If you watch Kingston Flemings throughout the summer league, the one thing you're going to consistently notice is that he is always involved in several areas during the game, and he's got great vision when he's trying to look for the pass. He plays with great pace. He doesn't overdo anything, and we can always just point towards defensive athleticism. And that's just going to come from who he was coached by during his time at Houston. And I think that's going to be the strongest evidence of him being a long-term guy with the Hawks. If he can stay defensively poised and have that influence that he does on the passing and pace side of the game, then Fleming's best moments is always going to come when he's allowed to develop. And he doesn't have to force himself to be that leading scorer. He just has to be the contributor. And I think, you can point at several games, like the game against the Thunder where he had 5 assists and then 3 blocks. I mean, like I said, he's freakishly athletic on the defensive side, which is very Russell Westbrook-esque, which is what we talked about after he got drafted. But if you remember in that Thunder game, the Hawks fell behind by 20 points, and Flemings did not respond by constantly trying to attempt to take over possessions. He just remained patient and let the game come to him, and that's how he was able to regain that control. And then the game against the Spurs, where he had 8 assists and just 1 turnover, it showed that his ability to run the offense can be done by moving quickly as well, because he did attack the rim a lot more in that game. And then, of course, his most difficult outing was against the Nets when he had 9.7 rebounds, 5 assists, and he did have 6 turnovers in that game. And you can see when pressure is applied, he is going to have a tendency to force turnovers because he's young, but he's going to eventually grow out of that. So that's not a big concern to me. But then, of course, I think Chase talked a lot about Ejiofor, so I'm going to shine some light on Asa Newell because I think he's really going to fit into the rotation a lot more rapidly this upcoming season, because
especially now that Zach is gone too.
Yeah, and a lot of his strengths were shown in the summer league games as well, because he's a very high volume guy when he's able to run, to be around guys who attack the glass, because he's always around the paint. I mean, he'll stand in the corner on fast breaks to get a catch and shoot look, but most of the time he wants to be involved in the rebounding game, which is great because that's what you want when we're looking at our forwards. We could talk about the Thunder game where he posted 13 points with 7 rebounds, and he shot 5 of 8 shooting. So not only did he help Atlanta recover from a poor start with his rebounding, he helped us push the lead with the shooting as well. And he's just great on transition. That's one thing I always notice about Asa Newell is he always finds the cuts when he's transitioning. He always wants to be a pick and roll finisher. So he doesn't want to be the guy with the ball at all times. He just wants to be active and he wants to be around the basket. And of course, when you're looking at Asa Newell for a sophomore season, there's always going to be that developmental question, like, is he going to continue to expand in certain areas? Like, can he constantly make those jumpers? Can he attack a closeout without losing control? And can he create those offensive transitions when he is trying to attack the rim? So there is going to be those question marks that follow a guy that's going to his second season. But with all that being said, in terms of what I predict for the Atlanta Hawks this season, I think you guys are kind of right as to where the Hawks are going to finish. I think it's going to be somewhere between the 4 and 6 range, 6 being our floor, 4 being our ceiling, because like you guys said, the Eastern Conference is going to be such a gauntlet. So I
think the play-in could be our ceiling, our 4. This is the play-in.
No, I said the 6th seed would be our floor and the 4th would be our ceiling.
We said that the 4 was going to be our ceiling. Said that the 4 was going to be the plan for us. That's what I mean. Jay said.
Well, I just meant like in that range somewhere is what I was talking about. But I personally don't think we're going to be a playing team. I think we're far too talented to be a playing team. So I think the 6th seed is going to be where our floor stops. And then, but yeah, getting higher than the 4th seed is going to be a lot to ask for. But I do think the Hawks are going to be right around that 50 win margin. I think I could see us finishing like 49-33, for example. Somewhere around that feels a little more realistic for this team to finish 4th and 6, which goes to show how loaded the Eastern Conference is going to be. Because I'm talking about the Hawks getting 50 wins and that potentially being a 5th or 6th spot in the Eastern Conference. More than likely, that would be a push for the 4th spot. But you guys know what I mean. That could always fluctuate between the 4th and 6th seed because of how loaded the Eastern Conference is going to be. So that's my take on it. But yeah, very excited for the season nonetheless.
100%. But if we don't have any other closing, if no one else has any closing remarks, thank you guys again for tuning into another wild episode of Talking ATL Hawks. And we will see you guys next week. Cuckoo!